Do you ever get this feeling? You're feeling sluggish, you're feeling that you don't have the energy, and you're feeling that you don't really want to do anything all day long, and just somehow it's like sluggish, you know, like low energy, I just want to chill, I just want to, you know, like hang out and not really to operate. And for me, it happened many times, and I was, especially in my very early years, when I started my businesses, my early years throughout my entrepreneurial journey, and what I've got to realize is that, hey man, like, I cannot really operate like this. I just simply need to find a solution in order for me to have more energy, because this is what I've done. I woke up, I was like chilling, hanging out. I was always productive and reading, but I really just had these points in the middle of my day that I'm like, for 2-3 hours I'm like out. I just cannot really do anything. And so I really felt bad about that thing, and so I just started to experiment with myself. So hey man, like, is this nutrition? Is this mindset? What the freaking hell is this thing? And so I got to realize that it could be boiled back down to 3 components, okay? So the very first component is sleep. So these are, by the way, the 3 cornerstones of health. Well, if we would like to have more energy, feeling more inspired, feeling more happy, and so on and so forth. So the very first one will be obviously sleep, meaning that we need a good sleep. If we don't have good sleep, then there's like the worst thing. The rule number 1 with sleep, or just simply a rule of thumb, is if you undersleep, it's way better than then if you oversleep. There are countless reasons for that, but I wouldn't like to get into that, but this is basically the rule of thumb with sleeping. So rather undersleep than oversleep. Don't really eat before sleeping too much. That could also be pretty much breaking up all of your sleep cycle, and try to go to bed every single day pretty much the same time, and that will eventually lead you to wake up at the same time every single day. So this is regarding to the sleep. And when sleep is okay, then there's a second super important thing, which would be exercising. Nutrition. And so when it came to me, and when I was feeling super sluggish, I just got to realize that the most important idea that I needed to fix was food. So basically, I was eating too much food, so I just simply got this. I was waking up, I was intermittent fasting. I had like a dip. I was like out for like I was like pretty much paralyzed, like out for like one hour. It's like that was the digestion season, and after that I had like 1, 2 to 3 productive hours. After that I was eating lunch. After lunch I needed to like take a break. After taking a break, it's like waking up, doing my stuff, and like dinner, and then I'm out. So this was me. And so now, compared to that, I'm like pretty much waking up, I'm going through the day without eating, pretty much, you know, one meal a day. Most, like, some days I'm eating lunch, but you know that are only for the days when I don't really have the energy. And so what really happened are 2 switches. So the very first one is pretty much the type of food that I'm eating. So back then I used to eat a lot of carbs. And so what is happening with carbs is that they make you feel good at the moment, but they also will make you feel sluggish. And so this is the idea behind it. So if you're eating too much pasta, and if you're eating too much food like that, then what will eventually happen is that you end up at a place when you're like feeling sluggish, because this is how our metabolism works. And I do not really want to break it down in this video, how ketosis and glucoses do work. I have other videos about that. You can also check it out on Google. The actual idea here is that when we are in ketosis, then we are eventually allowing our body to pretty much function without these huge highs and lows, because we are not so much influenced by the actual blood sugar levels. So it's like when you're hungry, basically hunger is a signal from your body that your blood sugar level dropped. And so you need to eat something, and so that is hunger basically. But when you are in ketosis, your blood sugar level pretty much stays consistent. And so with that being said, you don't really have these spikes. You will have more like physical hunger. It's not like I'm like feeling like so hungry as hell, but it's like more like I'm tired, I'm like low of energy, something like that. So it's not that like sparking hunger. It's like I need to eat. And so with that being said, when I was able to switch my metabolism to ketosis, mostly ketosis, I'm not saying that I'm not getting back some days, I'm like, you know, by mistake, then I really just got this huge spike of energy. And so that just, you know, happened like so many things. It's like, I'm just so energetic now, and this also helps with my mood, because I also realized that I just got this tendency, you know, like feel super blue when I'm not exercising, just like chilling. It's like I'm just not productive, and like I'm a young man. I'm not feeling good when I'm not going. You know, it's like I just want to go. Like I'm a young man. I need to go. And the other idea is exercising. So this is another thing. Like I started running very, very, very. I would say consciously, and I was running pretty much every single day throughout the course of the last year, pretty much more than a year. And I just got to realize that I got like so much energy. Like I don't really have to eat. I can just go all day long, and I just have this unlimited amount of energy. And so if you're feeling sluggish, or if you're feeling like down, or this like this blue feeling, that's because that is health. That could be boiled back to health. And so if you're fixing these quick things, then like everything will be better. It's like you have more energy. You can just go. You can just do all the things that you have to do. And with that being said, I really wanted to talk about this because I do believe that if you are able to fix these cornerstones, then we are able to actually go and do other things. Because now I just simply have so much energy, bro. It's like I'm just going back. I'll be writing down my thoughts. I'll be reading a bit. Then I'll be jumping right on the calls. I'll be killing it for today. And so these are the ideas, brothers and sisters. So with that being said, I really wanted to talk about this because this is something that can super much like change up our lives, like how we eat and how we sleep, and how we are within our bodies. That's everything. So love.